Pay close attention. What you're seeing today is fulfilling Bible prophecy.
Welcome to YPN News, bringing you news as it relates to Bible prophecy and foretold by Yeshua Hawkins. Katan Alexander is on assignment today, but our field correspondent Larry McGee is standing by with a chilling report from Florida. But first, we have an update on the American economy. What started out as a promising jobs gains earlier this year isn't looking so promising now. The report for the month of May shows that only 69,000 new jobs were added last month, a dramatic drop from just a few months ago, when in January, February, and March, the economy added more than 225,000 new jobs each month. The 69,000 new jobs added are less than half of the 150,000 jobs needed each month just to keep current with the population growth. All of this sent the unemployment rate back up to 8.2%. The news hit the stock market like a ton of bricks, with 2012 gains essentially erased in one day. The Dow shed almost 275 points, the Nasdaq and S&P almost 2%, as the pace and direction of the American economic recovery suddenly looks a lot more uncertain. Now, among the few bright spots, employment increased in healthcare, transportation, and manufacturing, including the auto industry. In fact, Ford, Chrysler, and GM all showed double-digit sales gains in May. Still, government payrolls fell again last month, and there were losses in housing and construction. Now, housing is really one of the biggest concerns. It's not just impacting the builders who are building these houses, it's impacting all the people who work on these homes, from electricians to plumbers, painters, and those who work on the concrete. It's the trades positions. But even those who work in construction and are able to find jobs easily say the industry isn't what it used to be. Even though the economy added jobs for the 27th straight month, consumers, investors, and policymakers everywhere are still concerned. This is the 40th month in a row with unemployment above 8%, and that hasn't taken place since 1940. Now we turn to YPN's Larry McGee for a report out of Florida on a gruesome cannibalistic attack. Larry, just the sound of that is very disturbing. What can you tell us?
Thanks, Jeff. A cannibal attack is making headlines all across the country this week after a 31-year-old man being identified as Rudy Eugene was apprehended on the side of a major Miami boardwalk eating the face of another human being. Reactions to the attack by former neighbors acquainted with Eugene conveyed complete shock and disbelief. While Eugene had several priors ranging from drug possession and nonviolent resisting of arrest, there was apparently nothing in his previous behavior which appeared to hint at the sort of deranged character exhibited in this week's atrocity. The facts go like this. The police, after being called to a Miami causeway, found Eugene literally chewing the face of his screaming victim. And when the horrified officers commanded for him to stop, Eugene looked up with his face covered in blood and growled at police officers. He then turned back and continued to maul his elderly victim. According to reports, several shots had to be fired before Eugene was stopped, and police officials are now theorizing his behavior to be related to drug usage and the emergence of a new and very powerful form of LSD. Even more disturbing, Armando Aguilar, president of FOP, after putting distributors of the new drug on notice, revealed that Eugene's attack is actually only one of several of the exact same attacks which have occurred in the Miami area just recently, all being connected to the new form of LSD, and all of them collectively representing an emerging trend in human cannibalism, which is a repulsive yet unmistakable sign of the times. Jeff?
Real quickly, Larry, I heard you say police are putting dealers on notice. What exactly does this mean?
Yes, well, going along with the idea that it is actually the drugs which are responsible for sparking the trend, it is the intent of police officials to communicate to street dealers that they are not taking their activities lightly. And if someone under the influence of the new drug goes so far as to kill someone, then the person responsible for selling them the substance, if he can be identified, will also be charged with murder as well. Jeff, back to you.
Thanks for that report, Larry. In our final article today, we look at an interview broadcast by MSNBC News in which Dr. Nancy Snyderman, also NBC News chief medical editor, attacked sugar as the cause of obesity. She, as well as scientists, researchers from the University of California and San Francisco, believe sugar should be taxed and regulated like alcohol and tobacco. When she was asked the question, obesity is a huge problem. Does it warrant a move like this? And how do you think healthcare providers and officials are going to deal with it? This is how she responded. She said, "Well, I think the big question tonight is sugar the new tobacco? Because scientists have said for a long time that sugar is addicting and should be regulated like that. And although a lot of people in government are going to say that this is a big step into your personal and private life, a lot of other people are saying it's good public health. With the obesity epidemic and fallout with cancer, heart disease, stroke, and diabetes out of control, New York City is one municipality trying to stem the tide. And there is a history of local governments stepping in. States, also the federal government, she said, seatbelts, smoking bans in restaurants, and even those safety ratings that you see, all meant to improve the public health. So, I think the question would be, not only is it the new tobacco, but other municipalities look at New York and say, controversial, but brave, and we're going to do the same." Now, over the years, Yeshua Hawkins has stood firm on the Holy Scriptures. When scientists attack the sun, he was there to tell the world the sun is beneficial and certainly not the problem. When scientists attack salt, he was once again there to defend Yahweh's way and explain the true benefits of salt. Now, yet again, scientists, researchers, and whoever else claims to have some form of knowledge are attacking sugar, another beneficial food mentioned in the Holy Scriptures. And, once again, Yeshua Hawkins is standing for Yahweh as he defends the Holy Scriptures from those who claim to be holier than thou. Up next, Yeshua Hawkins, teaching us Yahweh's way. From all of us here at YPN News, I'm Jeffrey Heimerman. Thanks for watching.